So your balance looks so bad, your bank just took all the cards from your holder. But you still want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're wondering if there's a fun deck out there that's still powerful and costs cheap. Well, wonder no more and just build zombies. Yo, what's going on, zombie enthusiast, and welcome back to the channel. And you know, as I promised in the last video, I came up with a budget version for the zombies. So let's get to it, shall we? First off, you know, 3 unit zombie, following that up with 3 Banshee and 3 Mizuki. There's no doubt you always have to play the 6 cards. You know, leave or dive with the 3 Mizukis. But for that, we got 2 Doom Kings. It's your best monsters, especially. You should probably play 2 now, since all the beasters running around. People love to banish your Doom King all the time, and that's just sad. Following the Doom King, you should run 2 Jacobulian, since in case you draw the Mizuki or the Banshee, or any other zombie card really, it's a free special summon and it unclogs your hand. Alright, so following that, we got 2 Ganshu the Spirit Dao. For the combo you need to play 2. For the Zombie Reborn combo and all. Also amazing card. Not so amazing when it's in a hand though, but oh well. Another starter that can also be an extender is Gozuki. And since we play so many high level zombies, we want 2 Glow Blooms for 2 free specials from the deck. And then just the 1 Mad Mauler. You know, to go into the Synchro place and all. Free special summon from the grave as well if you link to link summon. And just 1 Honorary Zombie. I don't get how the pseudo is not a zombie. He's with leaf skeleton and all, but whatever. It just helps you extend, and when going second helps you make the level 7 synchro that gains a ton of attack and all. So let's just move to the spells. For the spells, we got 3 Zombie World. You need to run 3, like, come on. This card is gonna get destroyed so many times in your games. It's just getting all the back right. So you need to run 3 to have all the backups. And now, the reason we run all of our zombies at 2 is because of Zombie Reborn in the main. Amazing card. Lets you extend a lot and shuffles back your banished zombies in case your opponents banish them, or you want to reuse Mizukis or anything really. Also, come on, the play with Ganshu the Spirit Dao is nuts. And we just got 1 Foolish Burial. This is a no-brainer. 1 Gold Sack for, again, the Ganshu the Spirit Dao plays. These 2 cards really get your extension going. And 1 Harpy's Feather Duster for the back row hate. Following that up with 1 Cold Buy to protect yourself from hand traps, since this deck really hard loses to Ash or Ghost Bell. So, but since this is a going second build, we're running 3 Super Poly. Come on, this deck has easy access to like the best Super Poly target, being the fusion that needs 2 zombies. Just pop Zombie World on the field, and you can fuse anything your opponent has. But that's not enough, so we're running 3 Dark World No More to break our opponent's board, and 1 Spice card, the Forbidden Chalice. It is amazing. Everyone right now is making Dweller. So when they try to Dweller you just chain Forbidden Chalice and negate their Dweller. and watch them cry as you make your board. You summon the Doom King, break their board, and go from there and win. Alright, but that's it for the main deck, so let's move on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, I got one Okiauna, the Sub-Zero Makashi, to negate our opponent's banish cards and negate one card on their field. Following that, we got Vampire Fascinator to steal one of our opponent's monsters, and depending on what you steal, you can either Blink Climb or Exceed or Synchro with it, or beat them up with it, or even better, if something like an Omni Negate, you can use that to your advantage. We got one Sucker, amazing card. He's always been in the extra deck and he's never gonna go away. Just allows you to get a ton of card advantage by drawing an extra card every turn, really, sometimes even in your opponent's turn. And since we go second, we got one of the Great Savior to link two monsters we got on the field, get them in the grave, use their grave effects. But even better, these can beat over one problematic monster and get a Doom King in the grave, really, or a Banshee or whatever you need to pop off. And for the Glob Bloom, running one Relinquish Anima, no need for Kuribo, since the extra deck space is quite tight. Relinquish Anima going second is better, especially if your opponent doesn't know you have it. They're just gonna summon into those two zones and you can steal one of our opponent's monsters. So now, since this deck has a bunch of tuners who are playing a lot of synchros, one being the Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord, amazing level 10, just gets you your zombies from the grave and always comes back for some beats. And now for a spice card, since this is a budget version, instead of Baron the Floor, we're running Source Soul Supreme Sovereign. Amazing. This is like your Baron at home. He has destroyer action protection, and really just a big bet stick. You banish so many cards, your opponent banishes cards. This card gets to a ton of attack, and even better, your opponent's monster loses a ton of attack. Now for the Synchro 8, we got one Felgrand going second, amazing, just banishes one card on the field. And as I said earlier, we're playing one Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon. Again, huge beat stick going second. Your opponent would never expect the amount of attack this card can get to. It easily can get over 4k attack. Since you're milling so many cards to the grave, your opponent is gonna mill so many cards to their grave. It's nuts. And now for the Mad Bowler's play, we got one Immortal Dragon. It's amazing. You get your Foolish Ones, extend and everything. This can be a level 6 synchro for your bigger synchro plays, and even better, it comes back for another Foolish. But now we got some XYZs, one being a Beast Dweller. Well, you hate to see it, but sometimes you go first and you want to make Dweller. But sometimes you get interrupted and you don't manage to finish your board. So if you manage to get 2 level 4s on the field, you just make Baguska and pass and pray. And moving on, we just got the super poly targets. One of them being Starving Venom, the other being Mud Dragon, and the best really, and the most situational, if you get the zombie world on the field, Okay, amazing card. But unfortunately, you do need to get a zombie ward on the field, and sometimes that's a little tricky when going second. Because if your opponent has a normal negate, they're gonna save it for when you try to put a zombie world on the field. But if you manage to do it, your opponent is gonna say bye-bye to 2 of their monsters. Any monsters. Well, unless they are unaffected. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. So let's move on to the side deck. Alright, so for the side deck, I'm running 3 DD Crows. Does anyone remember this card? With all the bestials and stuff, everyone forgot about DD Crow. But as a budget player, that's to your advantage, since not only that, they've got reprinted recently and now they're so cheap. But, you know, still as powerful. But that's the only monster in the extra deck. The next card is the spells. Running 3 2 twisters for those heavy back row decks. This card plus the Harpies Feather Duster should be enough to deal with them. And you know, amazing. Destroying 2 of your opponent's spells or traps while getting a zombie in the grave. Just a ton of advantage. Just for a -1. But then moving on to other spells, running 1 mind control with 1 change of heart. If you know your opponent isn't playing any Omni negates, you can side in the mind control and change of heart when going second. To steal one of their cards, extend your board, make them lose board presence. But then sometimes you are forced to go first, or you choose to go first because you know your opponent just hard loses to Zombie World and 1 Doom King. So we're playing 3 Rivalry of the Warlords to side in for the Dark World No More. You know, everyone knows the Zombie World Rivalry combo. Once you get it, if your opponent doesn't draw any spell trap removal, that's GG for you. That's your game. Following that, running 3-dimensional barrier, again for going first, and 1 trap trick. Dimensional barrier just allow, you know, some decks such as Despia or Tearlament just hard lose to 1D barrier, and the trap trick is just there to act as the 4th D barrier in your deck. But yeah, that's it for the deck. If I have any thoughts about it, it's great. I got it a few spins, and surprisingly, it performs amazingly, and sometimes even better as the full powered version I showed you in the last video. Because there are so many other different cards in this deck, there's no punk engine and all. So yeah, it's quite different, but still amazing. Zombies, what can I say? But you know, this video wouldn't be enough if I would not have showed you any other possibilities you can get. So let's go to them now. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed the deck and everything and you got more money to spare, here are some cards you could invest in. First, you could invest in Draco Berserker of the Tenny. For some reason this card is like 15 pounds or something. It's weird. Well, last time I checked it was 15 pounds. I don't know how much is it worth when this video is uploaded, but you should get it. Is sometimes you are gonna get interrupted, and just having 1 banish on the field is quite good. But even better, you go second. This card can beat over 2 of your opponent's monsters, gains attack and everything, and becomes a huge problem for your opponent to deal with if they let it slide. But one other thing you could invest in is a punk package. Foxy Tune, it did go down in price, but it's still a little pricey, especially with the deer note and all. But you know, having access to this package is gonna help your deck quite a lot. Because you could go into the Draco Berserker of Athene extremely easily. Just one ETLE is gonna equal one Draco Berserker. But if you watch the video I uploaded previously, you will see the combo. And you're also gonna need one Vampire Zombie. If you go with the package to end on it and mill 4 cards, also special summon 1. But besides that, you maybe should want to invest in your beastals yourself, the biggest enemy of the deck. But you know, it can help you quite a lot, especially if you use them when going second. In your turn, you can go into Beatrice or Wallow to ruin your opponent's graveyard. You know, Beatrice just is a free foolish to extend and everything. So yeah, that's if you like the deck. But why wouldn't you? Why are you here if you don't like zombies? But yeah, that's it, guys. I had a blast with this deck, so I'm probably gonna make some more videos about it in the future. But yeah, for now that would be it, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Casus.